There's a bunch of them out there.
Anytime we sneak away, you know what we gonna do. Hit the hideaway high like it's deja vu. Every float, every night we fly. Clouds rolling deep like the moon's our sky. Ain't no stress, just puff and play in the hippie hideaway. Da.Hippie Hideaway. You know we get high today. Da.Hippie Hideaway. Just sneak away and fly away. Yo, it's Hideaway, big, no break like time and place with the smoke never fades. Hey, come hang with the hippie and Lil Skunky. Rolling big joints, laughing, getting lit like punks. Anytime we sneak away, you know what we gonna do. Hit the hideaway high like it's deja vu. Every day we float, every night we fly. Clouds rolling deep like the moon's the sky. Ain't no stress, just pop and play in the hippie hideaway. Da.Hippie Hideaway. Just sneak away and fly away.
This production is brought to you by DHBN, WTHC Radio, and Stoner Records.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome in. Thank you so much for joining us. It is the Hippie Hideaway. I am the Hippie. That is my friend Lil Skunk. Lil Skunk, what's up with your hair, man? You're letting it air out today, huh?
Yeah.
Getting
Listen, I may or may not have gotten a haircut, so I'm showing it all.
Oh, nice. I like the lines.
I also may have singed it a little bit with my lighter. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, welcome in, everybody. Thank you so much for being here to another episode or rendition or version or whatever you want to call it of the Hippie Hideaway. Skunky and I, we've had a day. We've worked all day with the radio, and now we've come to hang out and relax. And what the hell happened to your shoe?
Bro, that's how hard I worked today. And
You lost your shoe?
yes, because I was on a little break and I kicked my shoes off and kicked back. And the damn sweeper started up, which is one of those little,
Roomba.
I don't pronounce it right. I don't think Roomba, whatever it is.
Roomba, who cares?
Yes.
Little
And
Roomba.
the son of my gun ain't my damn shoe.
Well, that's not good. It's probably in there. We'll have to go in there and get it. Is it the Roomba at the studio?
Yes.
All right. I'll look into it.
That
being said, I've been collecting questions from the fans all week,
nice.
and I've created a category, and today's category is dating. All the women want to know, and men, all of our friends and guests, excuse me, they want to know a bunch of questions. So I've put them together into two different lists. We'll go back and forth between them, male and female, and we got questions for you. They want to know more about Skunky. They like this whole skunk stump the skunk kind of thing, I guess. I don't know. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, starting out. This is what the hell?
Who is it?
Oh. Welcome up, T-Bro. How are your marriages when dating went too far for Skunky? Right. I agree. How are you, Charles? Good to see you, buddy. Thank you for being in here.
Charles, I concur.
It's
wholeheartedly and unabashedly.
All right. So this guy's name is Stanklin Boot Juice McCoy, Pickle Drip West Liberland. He says, is it bad I spray my ex's car to remind her I'm still emotionally present?
No, sir. You're talking to a skunk.
I guess he must be a skunk as well. I don't know.
Well, yeah. That's exactly what I would have done, though. Because I can. That's all.
Because you can, right?
Yeah.
I got you. All right. Moving on. Terry Grease Stick. Cactus Hole, South Michibagamba.
Good Lord, fella.
I don't know. This is where they said they're from. What's your go-to move if your tail twitches during sexy time and knocks over a lava lamp?
I've got the ability to use my tail as an appendage so I can just pick it up without missing a beat.
Pick up the lava lamp, put it back on the table without missing a beat.
Without missing. Yep.
I'm impressed. I am impressed.
Me too.
All right, let's move down. We got some lady questions as well. This is Trish Mudskipper from Lick Holler, Alaska.
How you doing, Trish?
Can I braid your tail during a thunderstorm for emotional support? She wants to braid your tail.
Absolutely.
He's down. He's down.
Yeah.
If you're listening, Trish, you are you're in. You're in. All right.
That's her make-a-wish.
That's her make-a-wish.
And I'm gonna grant it to her, yes.
Grant her the Skunky Make-A-Wish Foundation. That's very nice of you to do that for people.
Yeah. Well, hey.
Velvet Dandridge from Gator Knob, South Ken, Nebraska. My man stinks. What?
That's next to Arkansas.
It's next to Arkansas, right down there next to Ken, Nebraska.
Right.
My man stinks, but not in the right way. Can you bottle your musk for some home defense? I think they want to buy your stank.
Oh, well, sure.
You can
I can bottle that shit up right quick. Hey,
nice.
You made canoe goo. I can make stank juice.
Skunky stank juice, right? All right, back to the men. Billy Muckins, crankshaft flat.
Love.
Billy Muckins, crankshaft flats, Ohioana. Ohioana, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You ever kiss someone so hard your funk transferred and now they bark at squirrels?
No, sir. No, I'm not a hard kisser. But I have been kissed hard enough that's happened.
To you?
Yes.
You bark at squirrels now?
I always have.
Oh, I didn't know.
I'm a skunk, bruh.
Skunks bark at squirrels.
Hey, you'd be surprised at what skunks do.
Yeah, I would be, because I don't hang out with them very much. It's kind of not my. Well, now I do. You are my favorite new skunk. Yeah.
You know other skunks?
I don't know any other skunks.
Then I'm your favorite. You're right.
You're right. Royce Sunrash Thompson from Skidmark Glutch, New Arklahoma. Can I use your tail to fan me during a heat wave, or is that considered flirting?
That's considered suicide, using a tail of a skunk during a heat wave.
I don't know if we're allowed to say that word. I think you have to call it unaliving. That'll probably get us kicked out of here. Great job.
Well, no, that's bad then. I'll say that.
All right. Chardonnay Pebble from Flamingo Glutch, Florida, Bama.
Line.
If I marry a skunk, do I legally have to move into a log or just emotionally?
Well, hippie. You know the skunk. I would much prefer you just do it emotionally and not come there.
Yes. You would prefer if you didn't even have to deal with them, right?
Hey, they could just, if they have the ability, they could just walk by and give a skunk spray, and I could know they were there by the smell.
Right.
Yeah, that would make me good enough.
One of the side effects of quitting drinking was not waking up at random women's houses. Right. I hated that. Where the hell am I? God damn it. Not again. And who is that? Ugh. We called that the 1-5-10-1 syndrome. Charles, that's what we called it back in my day when I was a child. Well, not a child, but a young man growing up. You got to the bar and you seen her on the other side of the bar. She was a 1. Put back a couple. Next thing you know, she's like, she's not bad. She's a 5. But then, by the end of the night, you're like ready to go home. That's a 10. That's a 10. And then you wake up the next morning and it's back to a 1.
Absolutely. That's called a good night in the Skunkville.
1-5-10-1 syndrome. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Carla Crumbles, Tick Haven, West Texas Sissy. If I sprayed my perfume and it mixes with your tail funk, does that mean we're spiritually bonded, Skunky?
Yes, I about have to be.
You would have to be spiritually bonded.
Yes.
All right.
Unless there's such a thing as smellitually.
Smellitually.
Yeah, that's what we would be.
Smellitually bonded. All right.
Smellitually.
Jimmy Bread Hands, Fog Hat Rich, Alabama. I lit a candle during a date and your scent came through the AC. Is that love or witchcraft? Jimmy wants to know if you and him are in love. Or if it's just
I am not in love with Jimmy, no.
All right.
But I would call that luck.
Luck.
Good luck, yes.
All right.
He must have bought one of them skunky candles.
Puppet bondage, right.
Yeah.
He may have got one of the skunky candles from the merch store. You guys can go check out the merch store at any time. It's open now. That being said, don't forget we have a 420 song coming up in just a little bit, so don't let me get sidetracked. Let's move on though. Darnell Flinch from Greasy Elbow, Nebraska. Kidia. Have you ever used bug spray as cologne just to impress a fire queen? A fire ant queen. I'm sorry, a fire ant queen.
Can't say that I have.
All right.
No.
It's not anything. Okay, Brenda Swampwink Dupree. That's her name. Brenda Swampwink Dupree from Jambalaya Junction, Mrs. Basca. Can you tail wrestle my ex on live stream? I'll pay in peanut butter and crystals. She wants you to tail wrestle her ex. She'll pay in peanut butter and crystals.
Well, I guess I would do that. Unless her ex is a really huge skunk.
Is he a big skunk, Crystal? I mean, Brenda Swamp Wink.
Brenda's crystals.
Brenda Swamp Wink Dupree. Brenda. All right, Brenda, you heard him. He will do it unless he's a huge skunk. All right, we'll be right back. We got to run a commercial, and then we have to play our 420 song. So we'll be right back. You're hanging in the hippie. What?
Will we be back in between? If not, let me say happy 420.
Happy 420, yes. Happy 420 to everybody. I don't think we'll be back in between. But here we go.
All right.
Every single day, 22 veterans take their own lives. Yesterday it happened, it'll happen again today and tomorrow, unless we do something. Operation Heal is on a mission to stop the pain, the death, and the heartbreak. Through the only thing that has actually worked for PTSD and chronic pain, cannabis. For far too many of our heroes, healing isn't an option. They are stuck in illegal states, living on a salary of $1,700 a month or less, denied natural medicine by the VA and force-fed pills instead. That's where Operation Heal comes in. Since 2023, they've built a nationwide underground network of cannabis caregivers and connections getting veterans the plant medicine they need at zero cost when money's tight. Now they're going even bigger. Vet stock is coming.
Where'd it go?
Every single day, 22 veterans take their own lives. Yesterday it happened, it'll happen again today and tomorrow, unless we do something. Operation Heal is on a mission to stop the pain, the death, and the heartbreak. Through the only thing that has actually worked for PTSD and chronic pain, cannabis. For far too many of our heroes, healing isn't an option. They are stuck in illegal states, living on a salary of $1,700 a month or less, denied natural medicine by the VA and force-fed pills instead. That's where Operation Heal comes in. Since 2023, they've built a nationwide underground network of cannabis caregivers and connections getting veterans the plant medicine they need at zero cost when money's tight. Now they're going even bigger. Vet stock is coming. A powerful event where veterans will come together to convert a school bus into a home for a fellow vet who sleeps on the streets every night. You can sign up for can of cooking classes, grab some awesome merch, and make a donation that directly saves lives. Go to Operation Heal, HEEL, and click to help our vets, to get involved and help us bring plant healing to those who fought for us. This is for the people, by the people. No red tape, no politics, just action. Because the government hasn't just abandoned our vets, they've abandoned all of us. Operation Heal. We don't stop until they stop dying. Join the movement. Donate, share, and heal.
Oh man, that looks like it's our last one, man.
That is our last one, man.
Good thing we can scrape the pipe, bro. Never gonna be bankrupt again. 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 Gee! Morning had to scrape my pipe. Knew that when I went to bed last night. Had a premonition in my head that I never gonna wake bankrupt again. Jumped on my bike and pedaled downtown. water, take a heat. I said I'm never gonna be bankrupt again. 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 Went back home to put the seeds in the soil. Compost recipe from brethren I know. Water pH 6.1. Jah in control of the ebb and flow. Baking seeds, putting flour in my hand so that I will never away bankrupt again. I said I'm never gonna be bankrupt again. 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 Always bringing flour to my friends. Always connecting to the music of medicine. Always finding ways to sing. Positivity and healing vibes. Always attracting my tribe. Always vulnerable to the tides. Always accountable for my strides. Holding on, not folding beyond. Letting go and letting you know. Bankrupt isn't never gonna be a part of my flow. I said I'm never gonna be bankrupt again. 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 Driving around, I see John Brown and said, dead man, him said him never gonna be bankrupt again. I said, hey John Brown, can I give you a hand so that you yourself will never be bankrupt again? I said, never gonna be bankrupt again. 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 Wow!
right, we're back. We are back. That is our friends Elevated Roots. We love them. We've had them on several times. They're amazing.
Those are some crazy dudes, man.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
We will be having them back soon, hopefully very soon. They just reached out to me recently, said that Bringing the Love is officially back out. Dankrupt will be coming out any day now. And then June, they're going to be dropping the whole new album, like one by one.
Next month.
Yeah.
March, April, May, June. Yeah, nice.
Yeah. So I'm very excited. That being said, welcome in, everybody. I saw Tommy was here. Hello, Tommy. He wrote hello to you too, a skunk. I don't know. I know you can't see the chat very good. So he said hello, Skunky, and hello me, I guess.
Hello.
Yeah. All right. So I got more questions. Are you ready? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Oh, okay. I was talking to you.
Right. I was taking a puff of my joint there, Brad.
My bad. All right.
And did you see that trick move?
What move? I can't do that. My arm doesn't.
Skunks can do tricks also, Brad.
I'm not double jointed like you.
Yes, not.
I'm only.
You're bad.
I only got one joint and a dab rig.
Yeah.
Karen Greasebottom, Truth or Consequences, New Mexico. Do you think your tail has its own social security number because it's got a whole damn personality?
Well, yes, I claim it as a dependent, so yes.
You claim your tail as a dependent?
Yes.
You're getting yourself a little tail. All right. Anyway.
Well, that'd be a lot of tail, first off.
All right. Anyway, Doug Tinkleberry from Dildo, Newfoundland, Canada. He says, be honest, have you ever accidentally sprayed during karaoke?
I have, yes.
Yeah. I was going to say, don't fucking lie, because I was there.
I almost did.
Almost?
Yeah.
You had a wet spot in the back of your drawers.
Oh, yes.
You may have done it. Well,
I forgot what I was going to say now, but
you forgot it because of the wet spot.
Mostly, yeah. Yep. That's an attention getter.
You were gonna spray. You almost sprayed, and you still can't.
Oh, yeah. I got to. Every time I do it, I just stand there and giggle because if you don't know, when you're on stage, the fans are back there blowing.
Yeah, blowing from behind you. I do know.
Hey, it's
right out to the crowd.
That's the closest thing a skunk has to crop dusting.
Except for crop dusting.
Except for that.
Yeah. All right. Moving on. Chad Bloop from Buttsville, New Jersey. Did your last breakup happen because you clogged her shower drain with tail hair? Is that true?
That's false.
It's false. That's not true. You didn't break up because what happened in your last breakup then? Huh? Chad and I want to know.
Okay, here it goes. It's kind of embarrassing
for you,
but it started well before I met old lady skunk, and a friend of mine had pigs. Okay. So when the old fella died, he left a skunk in charge of all the breeding. Okay.
Yeah.
So now I hear they have little piglets out there running around that looks like half skunks.
A hybrid. A hybrid of skunk and pig.
Yes. When you leave the skunk in charge of breeding, that's what happens.
A skiggly wiggly, maybe.
Yes.
Skiggly wiggly.
So with that silly ass story, let's move on.
All right, please. Jolene Crumple from Moose
Wait,
Jaw.
I meant to the rest of my story, Brad. Hold up here.
My bad.
It may or may not get better.
All right, go for it.
So, with that being said, and I did some thinking, now I've got Mrs. Skunk out in the Gulf of America,
Right.
and we're doing skunky things out there where no one can see.
In the Gulf.
And just before the moment, I pull out and all my, I'm going to call them little fish,
skunkly fluids.
flood the ocean.
Oh, this is why I don't go in deep water and fresh water in the ocean.
Yeah. Now,
because you never know what's in there.
it's my understanding there is the great skunk shark out there swimming around now.
You've created a skunk / shark.
Yes.
Ooze. Tommy says it's ooze. That's out there.
Call it what you will, Tommy.
Moving on. Jolene Crumple from Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, Canada. Have you ever tried waxing your tail, asking for a burnt Esthetician friend? Esthetician? Esthetician. Esthetician friend.
Okay.
Yeah, she's asking for a friend.
Well,
have you ever waxed your tail? If you forgot what the question was.
I got to tell you, I'm a little confused here.
Your tail. Have
right.
You waxed it.
Does that mean
like a bikini wax?
Absolutely not. No.
You've never put wax on it and then said,
no. Oh, no. God, no. Lord.
Oh, no. All right, Jolene, you got your answer, young lady. You got your answer. Travis Damp, coming from Wetumpka, Oklahoma. He wants to know, do you ever wake up stuck to your own fur like Velcro burrito?
Like after a good night of skunking, I do.
like a Velcro burrito. He's funny, this guy, Travis. I like him. Like a Velcro burrito.
Yeah.
After a good night of hooing?
Skunking.
I'm going to say that is eating. I'm going to pretend that's
eating. You're not a skunk. It would be weird.
It would be weird if it wasn't anything besides eating. All right, moving on. Nancy Picklebone from Toadsuck, Arizona. She said, would you date a girl who owns more crystals than spoons?
Absolutely.
You heard that there first, Nancy.
Skunks don't even use spoons.
No. Now, what do you use? Forks?
No, I just run around and get in the trash and eat it.
Well, you're more of a hands-on guy.
Yes.
Get it? Hands-on.
Love that warm pizza that's been in there all. Sorry, I was choking on a piece of warm pizza.
That wasn't the right button. That wasn't the right button. Did you hear that button?
It was cool. Whatever it was.
It said, wah, 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 wah. All right. Moving on. Billy Snackbelt from Booger Hollow, Arizona. He wants to know, what's the least romantic place you ever sprayed by accident? Knoebels. Remember that time at Knoebels at the amusement park? That wasn't very romantic.
No.
I mean, not that I was trying to be romantic with you or anything, but.
Well, I had intentions on it being I got us on the Ferris wheel.
I know, and then you fucking.
And then it went to hell from there. Yeah.
You shat yourself. You sharded.
Imagine that. There was a wet spot on that seat when I left too.
Damn, that's twice I caught you with a wet spot.
The mark of the skunk, bruh.
You're leaving the mark of the skunk.
Yeah.
This camper, right? Your camper, maybe, before the fire. Could have been your camper. Tommy's right.
Yeah.
Maybe out by the camper on the campground.
Definitely in the campground.
Yeah. All right. Moving on. Who was that? That was Billy Snackbelt. Yeah.
I think.
Moving on to Lacey Slaps from Climax, Michigan. Is it true you once used your tail to smuggle snacks into a reggae festival? Is that true?
Absolutely true.
Did you get caught or you got them in?
I got them in. You think they want to check under my tail, bro?
You remember the cartoon from when we were kids? I think it was Scooby-Doo when they met the Harlem Globetrotters, maybe. And the Harlem Globetrotters, the one fella had hair like yours, but it was much fluffier. And he used to keep stuff in there, and he would pull out like a lawnmower if they needed a lawnmower. He'd pull out a basketball if they needed a basketball. You know, did you do it like that?
Similar.
In your tail, though.
Listen, you guys are going to get me caught at the next festivals now.
No, yeah, don't ruin this.
I can't reveal all my secrets, man. You got to figure that out on your own.
Climax, Michigan, Lacey. Come on now. Now, right. Ronnie Frizz from Moose Factory, Ontario, Canada.
Moose Knuckle.
No, Moose Factory, not Moose Knuckle.
Oh,
Moose Factory. He says, how many times has your tail caught fire while lighting a blunt?
Buddy, my tail is back there. My blunt's right here.
I guess you got your answer there, Ronnie Frizz. Moose Factory.
Where was he from?
Moose Factory, Ontario, Canada.
Figures.
I'm sorry. I'll try to screen. I'll have one of our guys, maybe Matt, Weird Matt, the turtle guy. He'll screen better. I'll have him screen them better. Next question. Tina Mushbottom from PP Township, Ohio.
Oh my.
Yeah. Have you ever gotten turned on by your own scent? Be honest.
Oh, good. Yes.
I knew it that time.
Well, I live in the log myself.
That time we were at Kmart.
It happens. The blue light special, yeah.
Yeah, that day with the blue light special.
Yeah.
You were getting your your blood pressure taken in the blood pressure machine. You let you let a little toot go.
Oh, the good old days, huh?
Yeah, you got it all turned on. Oh, that's another wet spot story. Holy shit, that's 3. Damn. You're going to leave a wet spot tonight? You keep talking like this.
You ain't lying, brother. I'll leave one somewhere.
Moving on.
It's not my dream catcher.
This guy's name is Chet. Chet Sweaty Neck, he calls himself. Chet Sweaty Neck Jennings from Hump Tulips, Washington. If I tickle your tail while you're DJing, do I unlock a bonus song? All right, Chet. Thank you. That's a little weird. You don't have to answer that. That's a little. Matt, you can do a better job of. Yeah, security. Get Chet out of here. Chet.
Your little sweaty neck out of here.
Sweaty neck and his strange ideas. I don't know. All right. Anyway, Debbie Funk Muffin Croft from Crotch Lake, Ontario. What's your safe word when your tail gets stuck in the air fryer?
Help.
Hippie.
Help me.
Hippie.
Yeah. Yes, hippie.
Hippie.
Yes, hippie.
All right. Lamar Burns from Intercourse, PA. Right down the road from you in Pennsylvania.
There's probably really a place named that there.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately.
Oh, that's absolutely a real place. Hi, Melissa. How are you? Welcome in. Thank you, everybody, for being here and hanging out. Please make sure you check and like and subscribe if you haven't already done so. Lamar Burns from Intercourse, PA wants to know, is it true you once got banned from a zoo for flirting with the lemur?
I never flirted with whatever you said.
A lemur. A lemur.
No.
It's not true. That's a lie.
No,
it's not a lie.
No, that's a lie.
That's a lie.
I got confused. My bad. Anyway,
you're confusing me now. All right,
I was actually flirting with a Wolverine.
A Wolverine, a female Wolverine?
Yes.
Are they? What do they have? Like a word? Are they Wolverinuses? Like, do they have a different like Wolverinuses? And Wolverine.
Yes.
All right, moving on. On. Patty Rumble from Balls Creek, Nova Scotia, Canada, wants to know: does your deodorant smell like bong water or bad decisions?
You tell me, ma'am.
Don't do that.
It's got to be bong water, bro. I make good decisions.
Bong water, Patty Rumble. You got your answer there. Bong water, and I got to smell the shit. Christ. All right, moving on. Skippy Nards from Dick Shooter, Idaho. I don't come up with these names. That's their names.
I don't know.
But
I've noticed Canada's got some weird ass names.
Well, yeah, they're a bunch of weirdos up there. We love them, our brothers and sisters to the north. Well, some of us, I guess. I don't know anymore. I can't keep track. That being said, I love Skippy Nards from Dick Shooter, Idaho, and he wants to know, if you lost your tail in a hot tub accident, would you go prosthetic or robotic?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going with robotic, I believe. Because as I stated earlier, if I knock the lava lamp over during
intercourse, we'll call it
skunker course,
skunker course,
I can pick it up. So I assume prosthetic, I will still be able to do that.
You mean mechanical?
What did I say?
You said you were going to go mechanical because then I could pick it up.
Right.
Prosthetic would be like fake, like a big old hand or a big old tail that it would just pound on it and not be able to pick it up. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't want that.
I don't think it has the ability to curl around it. Maybe some newer prosthetics. Who knows? Who knows? Hopefully they have the ability to make a prosthetic tail for you that works perfectly.
Yeah, even better. Hopefully I never need one.
That would be great too.
Yes.
But Tanya Dipolo from Chicken, Arkansas wants to know, how many pounds of tail conditioner do you go through in a Florida summer?
Oh my God.
We love you too, Melissa. Please make sure you like and subscribe and share it out.
Yeah.
We're here all night.
Dude, I've just got I guess I'm going to go with, I don't know what to call it. It's just a big tank.
Big tank, like a oil tank outside of your house?
Yeah. And I just have conditioner delivered to it. And it's got a hose that runs up and
goes right into the shower.
Yeah, there's a little thing there. So 2 truckloads of that a summer.
2 truckloads.
Yes, sir. That's a 500-gallon tank.
So 1,000 gallons, 1,000 gallons of conditioner for you, Tanya Dipolo from Chicken, Arkansas.
And there you have
Brent
finished
Groin,
product right here.
Brent Groin from Burnt Corn, Alabama.
Yep.
Is it considered foreplay if someone brushes your tail real gentle like? Burn it, Brent. Dirty dog.
Well, it is to me. I don't know about them.
All right, well, it's foreplay to you. I guess that's where it counts, right?
Right.
All right. Now, on to the next one. Marla Spanks, Plaster Rock, New Brunswick, Canada. Have you ever farted so loud your tail quivered in fear?
Well, I don't know about that one. Probably while I was asleep. But
like an aftershock.
Yeah, well, listen, we were watching the fights one night, and I fell asleep and farted and woke myself up, and apparently everyone else too.
Yes, I remember that night.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to go with probably
wet spotless night, and that was
not only does it shock me, it shocks those around me as well.
Yes, thank you, Marla, for your question.
Yeah.
Greg Wobble from Hooker, Oklahoma. Do you have a separate Tinder profile just for your tail?
No. But hey, this tail comes with the skunk. But
right.
I wonder if I can make a interchangeable. Ooh, if I had a prosthetic tail, then we would be talking. Different profile, yes. Then it would be. As of now, nope.
All right. Rita Fumes from Big Beaver, PA, which is just down the road from me here.
Something tells me that's true.
Oh yeah, there's definitely a Big Beaver, PA. I know that. That one's right down the road from me. I've heard of that. What's your most romantic tail entanglement story? Bonus points for carpet stains.
Oh. Well, I have no bonus points.
Oh, damn it.
For carpet stains.
That's what I'm saying. Damn it.
What about couch stains?
Oh, all right. Yeah, they'll count.
Okay, then I have them.
The judges says couch stains count. Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yes. All right. We moving on?
Okay.
Neil Footloaf, Punky Doodle Corners, Ontario, Canada.
This ought to be a doozy.
Do you get offended when people call you funk or call your funk rude or instead of robust? I'll read that again. Do you get offended when people call your funk rude instead of robust?
I do not. I don't really care what they call it.
Just don't call it late for dinner, right?
Yeah, as long as they're enjoying the fragrance, that's all I care about, bro.
Well, if they're calling it rude, then they're not enjoying it. I'm thinking then if they're calling it robust, then they might like it. But if they're calling it rude, then I think they don't like it, bro.
Well, I can't please everyone.
That's true.
I'm only one skunk, you know.
Cassandra Moist from Flippin', Arizona.
Flippin' A.
What's the worst thing your tail ever gotten stuck inside of? We hope it's furniture.
You ain't gonna believe this one.
I'm not.
You know the little holes that suck in the side of the pool?
Yeah, the filter.
Yeah, one I got too close and one sucked me in.
The filter sucker sucked you in. Was your ass caught in the net?
Right, yeah.
Nice.
Stuck me in right up asshole deep. Yep.
Asshole deep in the sucker into the filter.
Yep.
There you go, Cassandra Moist. Got sucked up in the filter.
Filtered.
Moving on. Paul Twang from Wanker's Corner, Oregon.
Ah, my favorite place.
Do you purr when somebody scratches your weird spot where fur meets skin?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes.
Listen to you.
Oh,
you must enjoy that.
I
Come
just
here,
wet.
buddy. You love when I do that to you.
I just wet spotted talking about it.
Witchy kitchy coochie coo. Fucking weirdo. All right, moving on. Becca Griddle from Bastard, Ontario, Canada wants to know, have you ever used your tail as a microphone and got electrocuted?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. Is that
No,
it?
ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Hell no.
Hell no, Becca.
Hell no.
Dennis
You
Gravy
think I'm
from
some
Blue
kind of
Ball.
moron?
Dennis Gravy from Blue Ball, Pennsylvania. How many times have you mistaken your tail for someone else's?
Twice.
Your whole lifetime?
Yeah. And
That's not bad.
both times I ended up getting a woman's skunk tail,
Nice. Getting a little tail while
which
you're at it.
which is considerably smaller and less effective than.
We have a question from the audience. Melissa wants to know, have you ever sprayed yourself, Little Skunky?
Why would I do that?
I don't know. I'm just asking the questions. Don't shoot the messenger, huh?
Okay.
Moving on. Lena Dampcloth from Spread Eagle, Wisconsin. Ever accidentally spooned with your tail and whispered, "Don't tell anyone"?
Yes.
I knew it. I knew I heard you
I'm not.
talking. in
I'm
your
not
sleep that
ashamed.
night. I didn't think you were asleep that night.
Mm-mm.
I heard you from across
Right.
the room. Yeah. All right. Derek Smudge, No Name, Colorado. Do you shampoo or just let the Florida rain cleanse your aura?
Well, the rain is good water, so I'm all natural.
Oh, natural.
Yeah.
Natural.
There's not even any chemicals in this joint I'm smoking, bro.
No lead.
Nothing.
Heavy metals. Nice. Cheryl Sploosh from Bad Axe, Minnesota. What's the name of the weirdest rash you've ever gave someone?
Oh my.
Yeah.
It would have to be good grief. Skunk skunk fever.
You got skunk fever.
Yeah.
Very creative.
Very. Hey.
Very creative with your skunkinitis there. Yes.
Skunkoids.
Skunkoids.
Skunkroids. Yeah, there you go.
Skunkroids.
Yes.
Anyway.
That I gave to Mama Skunk.
Oh, I don't want to hear about that either. Your mama or your wife?
My mom.
Oh God, you gave her skunk fever.
Skunkroids.
Oh, skunkroids.
Because I was such a pain in the ass. Yeah.
Tommy Beef Toes from Accident, Maryland. Have you ever humped someone by mistake during a tail twitch seizure?
Only their leg.
Only their leg. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Tommy, you got your answer there. Only their leg.
I am, sir, a leg humper.
Linda Jiff from Vulcan, Alberta, Canada. Do you ever braid your tail to look fancy on court dates?
I braid my tail to look cool.
Not for court dates.
Nah, not for court dates.
Zach Taco Dust Winters wants to know from Ding Dong, Texas. Wants to know, have you ever opened your fridge, forgot what you wanted, and sprayed from confusion?
Absolutely, I have.
Yeah,
I do. I do that about nightly, and I'm sure it'll happen tonight.
Yeah, it's common. What you
It's
think
common
you
with-
spray is called a shart in skunk language.
That it is.
He sharts himself constantly.
Oh, you speak skunkanese, huh?
I do speak skunkanese.
Yeah.
Nancy Tater from Concept Bay, South Newfoundland, Canada. Can you rent your tail to a fan? Me at church potlucks? Oh, can you rent your tail to fan me at church potlucks? Can you rent your tail? My punctuation reading is getting worse.
I forget her name, but yes, everything is for sale.
Nancy Tater.
Nancy Tater.
Yeah. Ray Splat
Absolutely.
from Booger Hole, West Virginia. Have you ever been arrested for tail whipping a city bus?
No. Good grief, man. No.
Come on, Ray. Smart enough.
My,
Huh?
no, I don't go near buses.
Gina Fartoon, Dead Horse, Arkansas. If I crochet a tail cozy, would you model it on your Only Skunks page?
Absolutely, I would.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's all help each other here, brother.
Yeah, let's help each other grow, right?
Yeah.
Very nice. Kyle Fizzler, French Lick, Indiana.
French Lick.
Well, yeah. What's the worst song not to spray to? Well, wait, let me read it again. What's the worst song to spray to? What's the worst song to spray to?
You're going to love this one, but Sailing. It is Christopher Cross, Sailing.
Ah, I love that song.
I know you do.
Oh, I would spray all night to that song.
Okey doke.
All right, moving on. Anita
That's
Puff.
an all-nighter, bro.
That's like my sister over there, Anita Joint. Anita J. I mean, this is Anita Puff. Come by chance, Newfoundland, Canada. Do you use Febreze as cologne or just let nature do the stank?
Nature. I'm all natural, as I stated.
Nice. I like that.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
I like that about you. Eugene Sneef from Sandwich, Massachusetts. You ever wake up tail wrapped around your neck thinking you were being strangled by love?
Not yet, but I'd love to be. That would, hey.
All right.
I'm sure that would leave a good one in my dream catcher.
You and your damn dream catcher.
Hey.
Brittany Cranch from Looneyville, Texas. Can your tail sense lies like a furry lie detector?
It absolutely can.
Yeah, I knew it.
Yeah, and you know what? I think that question was a lie.
It wasn't. I swear I read it properly. Leon Squibb, Lava Hot Springs, Idaho. Do you floss your tail or just shake it real hard and let fate decide?
I shake it real hard. Shake, shake, shake.
Shake, shake, shake. Shake your booty.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing in the bathroom every morning.
Yeah, and hey, if there's a lady skunk around, that's impressive.
Shaking?
Yes, it's all part of the skunk mating ritual.
All right. Last but not least,
okay.
Veronica Pickle from Popcorn, Indiana. Would you ever marry someone who's allergic to tail dander if they had nice feet?
I would never marry anyone.
Not after the last one, right?
Right.
All right, everybody.
Anyway.
I want to thank you so much for joining us. That was a lot of fun. I had fun. We learned a lot about our friend Little Skunk. I want to thank everybody for being here. Have a wonderful night, and we'll be back again soon. Peace, love, hippie hugs, and a whole shitload of nugs. Until next time, we out, I think. If I can find the music.
Peace.
It's time to slide away to that place where the smoke never fades. Come hang with the hippie and Lil Skunky, rolling big dome backs, laughing, getting lit like punks. Anytime we sneak away, you know what we gonna do. Hit that hideaway high like it's deja vu. Every day we float, every night we fly. Clouds rolling deep like the moon's our sky.
I think we're still here.
Oh, yeah, I see myself. Can they hear us?
Yeah.
Oh, don't say nothing bad.
No, I won't. I never do. I love them.